What's up guys, The Lost One Gaming here, and welcome back to Government Simulator. So, I think it was in the last episode that we increased the property tax, and that pretty much doubled our surplus and doubled our income. Well, I won't say doubled our income, but I'm not really sure how people feel about that necessarily. It was something that I kind of wanted to stay off of for a while. I don't really think we should increase it. I just kind of want to see what it would do, for that matter. And it's helped out a lot. But the GDP per capita is steadily increasing, so I'd say that right now we're doing pretty good. I think after the next election cycle, I'll increase the minimum wage up again to try and help so that people now can afford to pay that property tax, because right now they might not be able to. Small business subsidy are maxed out. I'm going to increase this to 20%, the quantitative easing. That was the policy that I put in so that we can try and reduce the debt. The public transport thing, I'm going to try and increase 40%. Reduces personal spending for, okay. We'll increase this to 40. Government spending, where do we stand with security? We have more than needed. Social Security, just enough. Pensions are insufficient. Let's increase our pensions to 280 for right now. Family support. Would family support, like, help us in terms of... Let's increase family support to 6 billion. I think that might help us in terms of our population growth, maybe. 6 billion. 6 billion isn't that much considering what we have in terms of our surplus, so... 6 billion isn't going to hurt us one bit now, is it? Let's see what we got now. Alright, so... I should probably put some more... Let's see. Debt to GDP ratio has now fallen to 40%. It's falling at 1%. Oh my, life expectancy is getting worse for 12 months. Life expectancy is getting worse, really. Well, let's see if we can fix that then. So let's put some more money into our medical budget. We're good right now. Let's put it into 95 or 96. We'll increase it by 10 billion. Education, I will increase once again to, let's say maybe 108 billion. We'll do that. Finance, I haven't really messed with finance the entire playthrough thus far, so we'll increase finance to 28 or 27. Transport, we will increase again to 100, and that's too big. Okay, we'll leave that where it is right now. We might be able to mess with the bikeways again, just because I always do this. So, yeah, can I freaking move this? 84 million, 102 million. There, that's where I can get it. That's where I'll leave it. Waste and supply, how are we doing here? Recycling is good. Everything seems to be good. Childcare is good. Orphanages are good. I never really mess with these. Retirement homes, adequate. We'll have to go down and fix that. Nursing home, nursing services. Culture is good. Museums, concerts, and halls. Okay, sports and leisure. We're spending money on sports and leisure. Well, playgrounds, public playgrounds, yeah. I guess that makes sense. Alright, next quarter. Next quarter. Okay, let's see where we stand. Do you think the opposition party, this is still the same? Education is now improved to 75%. It jumped up 1 quarter because of that increased spending. Uplifting education now improved for 45 months. Debt to GDP ratio fell 1.5%. Population growth is still for some reason declining. Well, the election is approaching. Your approval rate is at 100%. Yeah, I know. You're doing a good job, right? So, military conflicts, I always have to keep up with their military. 2010! Hey, 2010. That was a... I don't even remember 2010 now. I was going to say, that was a good year, right? No, I don't know. Might not have even been a good year. Let's increase our budget for the nuclear phase-out, and... because I haven't messed with that in a while. There was something else I wanted to do. Government spending. We wanted to put some more into care in terms of retirement homes, I think. We'll increase retirement homes to 10.8. We'll increase nursing services up to 10.7. Women's shelters. Oh, wow. Domestic violence and things like that. Yeah, okay. Let's increase that to 6. I'm trying to help everybody. I may have increased taxes and done a lot of things in terms of Social Security and stuff like that, but I paid for it. I paid for it, and I've helped people. Alright? Minimum wage has helped out quite a bit in terms of all of this, so maybe in real life this would work. I don't know. Who knows? I would like to see if it would work. Unemployment rate has now fallen to below 4%. It's now at 4%. Actually, it hasn't really fallen. Protesters are demanding action regarding state of the infrastructure. Excuse you. What do you mean? What am I doing wrong? I'm pretty sure that my infrastructure, I've been putting money into infrastructure. Alright, this whole time. So let's see, what do we have? Spending. Alright, let's... Bikeways. Always 102 million. Sufficient railways. Streets are good. Let's increase our... Can't talk again. Increase our railway spending up to 70 billion. 72 billion. That'll work. And then we'll increase buses, public bus transport system as a shared passenger service. We'll increase that to 36 maybe. Bikeways, we'll try and bump this up again. Use up 13. I'm finally able to move that. We're gonna double the spending there. All right, there. Start with the elections. All right, let's see. Does anyone dare to run against us at this point? I think we have all the power in the world. 100%. Everybody voted for us. There was no one that didn't vote in this election. Everybody voted for us. Public health is at least 80%. Congratulations, you fulfilled all the goals for this game. Debt to GDP ratio of less than 60%, crime rate of less than 800, unemployment rate of less than 4%, environmental destruction less than 15, and public health at less than 80. You certainly did a great job achieving this. So it took me 8 years. It actually took me 8 years to do that. So I fixed all of these. Well, I won't say fixed because they're not completely gone, but I brought them down to can't talk. Brought them down to acceptable levels in 8 years. So hey, it was doable. To play another game, go to main menu, but feel free to continue playing in this setting. Like I said, I was looking to try and I still haven't made good on my promise to get the minimum wage to 10, and I still haven't made good on my promise to get rid of the national debt. But right now it's at 12 point something billion. It's probably gonna take me a while to get rid of that. May not ever get there, but yeah, we'll see. Property tax I increased to 2% and kind of just I still don't know what this line stands for. I feel like what it should be or something like that. I feel like that's what it is. Corporate tax rate, I might drop the corporate tax rate for a while. We don't really need it anymore as much as what it is. I think right now in terms of I don't know why it feels like I put so much more money into spending, and it feels like we're not really spending that much though in comparison. Like, let's see, spending, we're up to 14 billion. Our spending was at 13 billion. I feel like I've put way more money into that than $100 billion, but maybe I haven't. So let's increase our bikeways again. This is one issue that I just have to, it doesn't even cost us that much, that's the thing, but it's just the fact that I have to use all these points to do it. Increase that to 560 million. Alright, bikers, you better be happy with me now. You better be happy with me now. If you're not, too bad. Alright, so yeah, it automatically keeps telling me state of infrastructure. Hey. No, it's not. It's getting better. It's getting better. Population growth. Jeez, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with population growth. Government spending. Let's see. Transport. I mean, we're not at war, so it's not like we're losing people at war or anything like that. Our strength is now 2050. I haven't checked on everybody in a while. Where's Russia at? Russia's our biggest competitor. Russia stands at 1855, so we still kind of, I won't say tower over Russia, but we still have our edge there. Oh, I said I was going to increase the minimum wage again. Let's do that. We'll increase it 20 cents to $9.20 for right now. Leave it there. And maybe next couple quarters we'll change it again and go from there. What new laws can we do, by the way? I don't really think there's anything that we really need to do. Say the infrastructure should be improving, right? Our GDP per capita is $108,000. That's pretty good. Tax burden is very good at 37%. Okay, so they don't really feel like they're paying too much taxes. It's at 37.1, which isn't bad. Let me go back to that again. Let's see. Improving values, worsening values. The crime rate is getting worse again. Tax burden is getting worse. Shadow economy is getting worse. Everything else is pretty much improving though, which is good. I think, oh, unemployment is down below 4% now. State of infrastructure, I want to fix, let's see. Education has been improving. Let's put some more money into, what was I even trying to solve again? I forgot. I want to put some more money into like communication. I haven't actually messed with this, I don't think, the entire time that I've been doing this. So let's increase overall. We'll increase our communication up to 33%, or 33 billion, I'm sorry. We'll put some more into the finance system just because I can. We'll put some into electricity. How are we doing here? We're doing good. Long distance heating, we need to increase this again. I don't have enough to do it right now. Alright, so we'll do that next turn, or next quarter, and see what we can do there. Would you re-elect the government? 100% say yes, 0% say no, and none say they don't know. Economic growth just got spurred again. I think that was due to the increase in the minimum wage, so that's good. Notable headlines, good news, everyone, GDP per capita is getting better. GDP per capita, I don't know what it increased to, but our gross domestic product just increased 4%. Economic growth just jumped up 2%. Debt to GDP ratio fell by 2%. That's good. Alright, so our surplus is now $400 billion. Budget for family support is completely insufficient. Oh god, what have I started here with this? What have I started? Because I remember when I first started this and it was like we didn't have it at all. And now it's like, okay, it's completely insufficient. You need to do something about it. Unemployment is adequate. Everything else, pensions are now insufficient. I can't really do anything about those right now. But we'll increase it next quarter, I think. Alright, I wonder how businesses would be doing in this situation in real life. Right now they're doing okay, but, you know. Debt to GDP ratio just fell to 30%. Education has improved 80.4%. Crime rate is not improving. I guess the crime rate is getting worse. Oh, hey! The birth rate just increased to 9.71, but population growth just went to 0.01? Is that because of the family support? People are now having kids because... they're now having kids because, hey, the government's going to take care of me. I mean, hey, we can. 11, we're now down to 11, I don't know if that might be billion, trillion, whatever. It says billion. Actually, no, that would be trillion, wouldn't it? Whatever, you know, whatever it is. It's getting better, though. It's definitely better than what it was before, so I take a lot of, pride in that. I was going to say respect in that. That's not what I meant. Security more than... Why is the freaking crime rate increasing then? Where is the crime rate, by the way? Crime rate is... It's just like 1. It's not really getting worse necessarily as they are saying that it is. I mean, I don't think that it's getting worse necessarily. I'll increase the budget here to help a little bit because this is adequate. So we'll move this back up to like, to make it good. 11.8, that'll work. Alright, there was something I needed to do. Providing, include mints, part of big part of the central bank. I'm gonna increase the monetary system up to 5.16. Alright, there was something I needed to do. Long distance heating, yes, that was what I needed to do. Let's increase this so it's good. 6.29 billion will work. Our communication is excellent, so that's good. It's where it needs to be. Waste disposal. Is all of this good? Yes, it's good, excellent, good, 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 excellent, good. Culture, museums, concert halls. Let's put some money into museums, man. You know, try and conserve things. Just because we can. Now, I think there was a law that I wanted to implement at some point that I never did do. Tourism subsidies can influence economic development, and we're gonna go ahead and start that. Well, actually, I can't do it yet. I'll have to wait till next quarter. Ugh. I remember in democracy, though, they would have like, you'd have the point system. It would kind of be based off of population growth just freaking increased out of freaking nowhere. All right, it's very good now. Crime rate getting worse for 36 months. The debt has now fallen 3% to 10.9. I always, like I said, in real life it's trillions of dollars, so it makes me want to say trillion, so I'm just gonna freaking say trillion at this point. It has to be trillion because it went from 10.9 something. I mean, and if our surplus is 400 billion, so yeah. I think this is trillion. Because, yeah, if it went from 11... Well, actually, no. That was a... Okay, whatever. It is what it is. Let's go into the not taxes. It was laws. I wanted to do that. The tourism subsidies. We'll do a tourism subsidy and we'll do like 3% to try and help our economic development some more. Yeah, that'll use 10 points. Great, cool. Establish a dictatorship. Well, now the United States, we have ourselves a little bit of a... no, I won't say a little bit. We have ourselves a democracy. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going to... I mean, no one's going to vote against me anyway, so what's the point? I don't need to... I don't... If... Let's put it that way. If there is any reason for me to have to worry about it, maybe I would. But, you know, like I said, we don't have to worry about that. No, we're well liked. We don't have to worry about really any type of opposition there. So I don't need to get rid of the political system because everybody hates me. Let's do our bikeway system again because we always have to do this. Adequate. We've now increased this. It's up 167% for the quarter. Good lord. Statistics and data. Let's increase pensions again. Insufficient. We'll increase pensions. 325? That might work. It's still insufficient, but hey, I'm getting myself into a sticky situation here, aren't I? We'll increase the family support to 17 billion. And that's pretty much all we can do this quarter. Alright. Let us see here now. Government has a weakness, 70%, and 30% say they don't know. Those aren't really changing anytime soon. Protesters demanding action regarding, hey, I'm doing better with infrastructure. Just give me time. Expenditures just increased 3% because of everything that he's did. The debt to GDP ratio is now 25. Jesus, what was it when I took office again? 70%? Pretty sure. Pretty sure it's 70%. I'm pretty sure. Now, what else did I need to do? Completely insufficient. I have to keep increasing these. Budget for the space program. We're not really doing too much in space now, are we? Let's increase the, just because we can. I mean, to good. Alright, just enough. Research and development. Scientific research. We need scientific research, man. We haven't really touched this since we've been in office. Let's increase... Health insurance is adequate. Pensions. Pensions. We're going to increase pensions to 360 billion. I can't do it all the way. 354. That'll work for now. Family support. Yeah, people are having too many kids now. People are having too many kids, so yeah. I might just keep it underfunded for right now, because I can't really afford to fund it all the way. Sometimes maybe it's best to not do it at all, but hey, I started it, so. Stated infrastructure is now improved from 2024. 2024 was at 71%, it's now at 79%. Good. Tax burden's getting worse. The debt has now fallen to 9.8 billion. Right. That's definitely trillion. It's definitely true. I've been having this debate for the longest, but yeah, if I think about it now, because yeah, if it's falling 300 billion, yeah, this is definitely trillion then. All right, yeah. Okay, cool. I finally given it to myself that's what it is. Gross domestic product just increased by 2%. Population growth increased by 0.03. All right, so a surplus still sits at 400 billion. So I'm just gonna go ahead, and since I can do it, I'm going to go ahead and increase our Social Security total spending to $780 billion. $100 billion in increased spending. God, people would not like me in real life. To adequate. Alright? Adequate now. So, what else? Taxes. How are taxes looking? Inheritance tax. No bother on that. Financial transaction tax. Tax levied on monetary and financial transactions like the sale of stocks and bonds. Currency transactions. You know, I don't know. That would kind of be like a Wall Street thing, right? Like you would kind of take it to Wall Street hard. I don't really think that's necessary right now. I mean, we still have our good budget and our good deficit. Property taxes, actually, everything's increasing. It's actually getting to normal now. It's been above what it should have been. I'm also going to increase the alcohol tax just because I can. Just because I can. I'm sorry, people who drink alcohol and enjoy yourselves a nice drink. I'm sorry. I apologize. Alright. So, I increased the spending on pensions and everything, so that should be getting better. Military confidence. We now have military strength of 2133. How do you see population again? What is our total population? Statistics and data. We have a population of 332 million. Back in 2024, it was 328 million. So we've gained 4 million people over the course of 3 years. Is that too much? Is that too much? Economic growth is at 2.25%. We should probably do another, actually we don't have to, but we could probably do another minimum wage increase. I think this time if I do a minimum wage increase, I'm going to lower the corporate tax rate at the same time. So that way we can get a little bit higher economic growth altogether. It kind of, actually, would kind of balance itself out now, wouldn't it? Yeah. We'll wait for the next quarter, though. Wait for the next quarter. Alright. We're gonna give them the corporate tax rate back, but we're gonna hit them with minimum wage. Nice work. Environmental destruction is now very good from good. Good. Life expectancy looks best since 30 months. Expenditures, yeah, we did increase our spending quite a bit. But, yeah, just what you have to do. 325 billion. I wanted to... What did I say I wanted to do? What did I say I wanted to do again? Minimum wage, we wanted to increase the minimum wage again. It's still haven't gotten it to 10 yet. So I'm going to increase it again 40 cents, 20 cents to 40. And then I'm going to lower the wait, where is it? The tax rate. I'm going to lower the corporate tax rate to 43%. Or lower it back down to 43%. I think that was kind of where it was when I took office, you know. We might raise it again at some point, but for right now I think we'll leave it there at 43%. Next quarter, unless it took away too much from my budget, then I might need it back. I'm like, hey, I know you guys had a quarter of like reduced taxes, but I kind of need that back. Good news, life expectancy is getting better. Economic growth just went up to 4% now because of that. GDP just went up 4% as well. Gross domestic product just went up 4%, almost 5%. We're doing pretty good. The debt is now down to $9 trillion, a surplus of $370 billion. So, hey, corporate tax rate. You know, we've kind of balanced everything out, I think. Financial. I still want to see what this is. Which results in a quarterly income of... Let's just do... No, actually, monetary financial transactions. That's like... Sale of stocks, currency... No, that's too much. You know, that's like that's a second sales tax to me, pretty much. That doesn't make sense. There's a gambling tax. Exercise taxes on gambling and profit of bookmaking. You know what? Ha 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 ha. You know what? Yeah, I'm money hungry right now. I'm doing everything I can. I don't know how much that's really gonna give me though, per se. So we're now at adequate, sufficient, insufficient in terms of pensions, completely insufficient. Let's increase pensions to 450 billion or 60. It's just enough now. Completely insufficient. We'll increase this to 30 billion. That's like 60 billion in terms of spending. Oh, people wouldn't like me once again, but hey, here we are. We're doing it. We're doing it. Alright, so would you let the government? 100% say yes, 0% say no, 0% say they don't know. 32 points. Good news, corruption rate is getting better. Good. The birth rate is now up to 10.16 because of all the family and all that good stuff. Good. Gambling tax. I don't know how much that's making me. Let's see, 330 billion. How much did that make me again? Tax burden, 37.2%. It's kind of been kind of steady, 36.8. It hasn't really moved up that much, so people don't really care too much. I wanted to do, there was a corruption law or something that I could do, I think, in here. Somewhere. What was it? Laws. Write a new law. I want them to know that I'm all against corruption. Alright, anti-corruption law, as well as the population's approval rate. Right, so we're going to do rather strict on corruption, because let's crack down. Alright? Let's crack down on it. Surveillance, I don't care. Media censorship, I haven't really touched that. Don't really want to touch that. Art subsidies, universal basic income. When anchored in law, the unconditional replaces unemployment insurance and pays out a fixed amount to every citizen regardless of their economic. Nah. We won't do that right now. I could do an electric vehicle subsidy. I haven't done one of those. Let's do that. And let's do 2%. Well, okay, that's 2.5 or 2.4. 2. Alright, let's see how those changes work this quarter. Right. Let's do this. Let's get through this together, shall we? Right, so we're up to 27 points. Uplifting GDP per capita now improving for 45 months. Population growth, increasing crime rate just dropped 17%. Debt and GDP ratio dropped another percent. Shadow economy dropped, so they feel more comfortable now that the anti-corruption law is in place, which is good. Alright, we now stand at 2190 in terms of our military strength, which I believe we should still be stronger than everybody else. I haven't checked it in a while, though. Let's see, Russia. Where does Russia stand? Russia stands at 1950. Russia's catching up, man. Government spending. I'm going to put some more money back into our military because we haven't done that in a while. $182 billion. We're going to increase it back up to... We're going to increase it to 200 billion. Or close to 200 billion. Transport, excellent. We're looking excellent here. Are we still doing good everywhere? Bikeways. We're increased bikeways to 1.8 billion. That's like not even a full billion, but hey, whatever. Defense, medical, excellent. Finances, excellent. Education, more than needed. We put a higher emphasis on education, alright? We're making sure that people are getting smart and educated. And educated. Let's see. Everything's good here, seemingly. I don't really think there's anything else that I need to really fix. Except maybe waste and supply, possibly. I'll get this up to 42% or 42 billion. Care. How are we still doing here? Good, good. Orphanages are good. Sports and leisure, culture. I did that last time. Let's also do an increase there. And then we'll increase... I think lastly we'll do a nut. Jesus, 800 and... Good lord. We may have to... This may be the point where I have to cut back. Because we're having so many families now that this may not be what we can really afford to spend on now. Well, increases to 880 billion. It's adequate, alright? Considering all the families that we have, people might have to start dying. We may have to go to war. That sounds horrible, doesn't it? Imagine people sitting here having a conversation like that. You know what? People are having too many kids. One child, that's where kind of where China is right now. Yeah, one child policy. Yeah, I don't want to do that, though. I don't want to do that. If I send people off to war, then people die and the population rate decreases. And, you know, yeah. But hey, more money, though. More money. 330 billion. Alright, so the debt is now down to $8 trillion over the course of 10 years. Isn't it? No, 11 years. We took office in 2018, right? So 11 years, we have brought the deficit from like 14 trillion or something like that all the way down to 8 trillion. So we're getting there. We're not necessarily there yet, but hey, we're getting there. 9.9. Global average is around 18. If the birth rate is higher than mortality rate, what's the mortality rate right now? 5. Alright. Okay. State of the infrastructure is at 83%. Alright. There is no 0% means there is no infrastructure anymore. What do you have to do to get to that point? What do you have to do to get to a point where there's zero? You just freaking say, okay, everybody, we're gonna ride on horse and buggies on dirt roads again. That'd be horrible. But I'm going to end it here, guys, and I will see you in the next one.